Hi everybody, my name is Chelsea and today I'm going to show you how to set up your gift card order forms, and today we're going to be setting up our Valentine's Day gift card order forms. So the first thing we want to do obviously is pull up our written instructions so we have access to all of the links that we need and all of the instructions we need to complete these steps that we need to take. So first step is to create a copy of the non-member order form by clicking on the link in step 1. So let's click on that link. It's going to prompt us to make a copy of the order form that we've already created for you. So click make a copy. Sometimes it can take a second to load, so we'll just wait for that to load. And now we've got our order form. As you can see, it says copy of non-member Valentine's Day order form. So we know that this is our own personal copy. You can change the name of this if you'd like. You also want to move it to a folder that you can easily find it later on. So you might want to create a folder that says gift card order forms, and then you can put this one in there, and a folder that says Valentine's Day or something like that. So just somewhere where it's easy to find. So then the next step is we want to start editing this form so it's customized for our spa. The first thing we want to do is scroll down just right here in the first section underneath where it says phone number. We want to edit this so it says you are ordering gift cards from, and it has the name of your spa and something to identify your spa, maybe like the name of a plaza or something nearby, so then they know that they're purchasing this from you. Right below that, you want to add your address and contact information. So it shouldn't just say address and contact information there. Okay, so then the next step is we want to click on the settings icon, and this is in step 5, just for reference. Click presentation and highlight where it says 1-866-889 Stone and replace this with your spa's phone number. Obviously, they can find your spa or contact your spa using this phone number, but it's a lot easier if they just have your phone number in here. So you can change that. You can also customize this at the bottom. So maybe it says your spa's name instead of just Hand and Stone. Whatever you prefer, you can make changes to this confirmation message. This is the message that pops up whenever they click submit at the bottom of the form. So once you're done making those edits, click save. And now there's one more place that we want to add our phone number, and that's the split delivery section. So scroll down, it's a little bit down here, it's towards the bottom. So it's section 6 in this example. Highlight where it says 1-866-889 Stone and replace that with your phone number again. So now we're done with that step. That was step 6. So let's move on to step 7. So this is where we want to scroll back up and take a look at these sell sheets and see if this pricing matches your spa's pricing. So if this does match your spa's pricing, then you are good to go. And you can actually skip this whole section and move on to the section that says create Google Sheet to view responses. It's step 17. You can just skip to that and you don't have to do anything. Now, if this doesn't match your spa's pricing, then we're going to need to add new sell sheets to this, obviously. So what we need to do is pull up our gift card sell sheet. If you don't have a copy of that already, there is a link in our instructions to download your own copy. That's on step 8 here. There's a link that says download here if you don't have this on hand. So that's how you can get the PowerPoint file that you need. I already have one on hand, so I'm going to pull that up. So as you can see, you can edit the pricing in here just to make sure that it matches your spa. Once you're finished doing that, we want to save this as an image file so we can import it into Google Forms, because Google Forms does not let us add a PowerPoint file to that section. So how we do that is by going up to the top and clicking File, and then click Export. And we want to change the file type. Once we click that, we click JPEG file, because that's an image file type, and click Save As. So I'm going to save it in this gift card sell sheet folder on my computer. So I'll click Save. And now it prompts you, it says, which slides do you want to export? And I want to export all slides, not just this one. Now it's telling me that each slide has been saved as a separate image file in the folder that I selected. So we click OK. And now we can pull up that folder If I double click on that, I can see that I've got two different files. If I click properties, you can see that it's a JPEG file. So we know that those are images and they are ready to add to our Google order form. So I'm going to minimize this now. And actually I'll minimize that too. Let's go back to our order form. And how you add this and replace this image with your own is by clicking on the image, click off to the left of it. So you see these three dots here, and click on those and click change. And now where it says browse, I actually like to just pull up the file because I've already got it pulled up here anyways, and just click and drag that over. So now that one is good. Let's scroll down to the individual services cell sheet. Again, click on the image, click off to the side, change, and pull up that file and just click and drag that over. So that was easy. It's a lot of steps in the instructions, but as you can see, it's pretty quick. Once you do it one time, you know how to do it, and it's easy to do again if you ever were to need to, maybe if you did like a price change or something. So now we are ready to create our Google Sheet to view our responses. So that's step 17. We're already down there, which is great. Step 17, click responses at the top of the page. And now we click on this icon. Whenever you hover over it, it says create spreadsheet. And we're going to create a new spreadsheet. So click create. And now the first thing we want to do once this is pulled up, and by the way, how this works is as people fill out these forms, these order forms, their responses will automatically show up on this spreadsheet, and it'll have a timestamp of when they filled it out, and then all of the information that they entered into the form. So first thing we want to do though is rename the tab at the bottom, because what we're going to do is add the member and non-member order forms to the same spreadsheet. So it's really easy for us to look at these responses. So just double click on that tab and change it to non-member. So we know that's what these order form responses are coming from. Now what we want to do is create a link to share this with our spa associates and everybody in our team so they can come in and see these responses and process those orders. So what you want to do is click share on the top right and change to anyone with the link. And now we want to change the permission to editor. So anybody with this link can go in and edit this form or the spreadsheet whenever they need to. So what you would do is just click copy link and share that with your team so they can come in here and they'll have access to both the member and non-member spreadsheets. So that is done. Another thing we want to do is add some columns over to the right so our spa associates can keep track of these orders and if they've been processed and delivered. So what we do is go back to our instructions and go to step 22, where it says access our office use only Google Sheet by clicking here. So we'll click on that. It prompts us to make a copy again. So we'll click make a copy. It takes a second to load this one. And now what we want to do is highlight all of these columns, A through H, and copy them. Go back over to our non-member spreadsheet here. I believe AE is the first column, yes. So we highlight that and click paste. Okay, so now we've got those columns here. As you can see in the office use only spreadsheet, there's checkboxes in these columns, and whenever we copy it over, it just says false. So that obviously won't work. So what I do is I highlight that column, I hold control and highlight the other column. While still holding control, you can unselect these two cells. And so now we're just highlighting where we want to delete where it says false. And now go to insert and click checkbox to insert those checkboxes. So now they can check it off to say that the order has been processed and that it's been shipped whenever the time is right. So that is good to go. Now what we want to do is actually skip to our next section here. We're almost finished with this already, and we're going to create the member Google form and the tracking sheet. So first thing we want to do is click on the link to make our copy of our member order form that's already pre-made. So again, click make a copy. And now what it says is that we're repeating steps 2 through 16, not 17 through 24, which is the create Google Sheet section. So once we're done with step 16, we'll come back to this section to move on to step 3. So let's scroll back up to step 2 here. We already finished that. We clicked make a copy. Now we want to rename this if we'd like and choose the folder that we want to save it in, preferably the same folder that the non-member order form is in. And then we scroll down just like we did in the non-member one, same steps. So we're changing this to our spa's name and location, adding our address and contact information. Then we click on settings. And actually in this one, we don't have a phone number in here, but if you'd like to customize where it says sincerely and change that to your spa's name, you could add your spa's phone number if you'd like. Once you do that, click save. And then scroll down to the split delivery section. So again, it's down at the bottom. Highlight where it says 1-866-889 Stone and change that to your spa's phone number. So then the last thing we need to do on here before we move on to step 3 in the member section is check the sell sheets to make sure that they are accurate. So again, if the pricing matches your spa, you don't need to do anything. You can skip to the next step. But if it doesn't match your spa, it's a lot easier this time because we've already got those image files saved. So we can just upload those right away. So let's just click on the image, click off to the left, and click on those 3 dots again and change. And I still have that file folder pulled up. So I can just click and drag this over to change the sell sheet image. Repeat the same process for the individual services. By clicking on that, clicking off to the left, change, and dragging it over. And now we are already ready to move on to step 3 in the member section. So that is saying we need to click responses and then click on the create a spreadsheet icon. So we'll go back to our member order form, click responses, click on this icon. And now instead of clicking create a new spreadsheet, you want to select an existing spreadsheet. So we'll click select. And the non-member spreadsheet should show up first because we were just editing that. So it shows most recent here. So we'll click select. And now, as you can see at the bottom, it's showing us that it is connected to that non-member order form spreadsheet. So this is what it should look like. It should say non-member here and say form responses to on this tab. So let's rename that so it says member so we can easily identify these. That is good to go. And now again, you can share this link with your team. We've already created the link, so now you can just click copy link, send that to your team, and it's got both the member and non-member responses in the same link. All right, so now we are on to the last section where we're creating links to add to our email campaigns and send out to our customers so they can fill out these forms. So what you want to do, let's start with the member one, is click send on the top right. And now we're going to send via link and just click copy. And now you can paste this in your email campaigns, or, if there's people on your team who want to send this to anybody, they could do that. This is the link that they would use to fill out this member order form. So once you're ready to move on to the next one, let's go over to the non-member order form and just follow the same exact steps. So click send, send via link, and copy. And now it's ready to paste in your email campaigns or wherever else you want to share it. So that is every step that you need to follow to get this all set up and ready to go. Now, the next thing you would do is just keep track of those responses using that spreadsheet and process your orders. So I hope this was helpful for everybody and that you're able to get a lot of Valentine's Day gift card sales from this. So thank you very much. Bye.